Hey, 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 good evening. Welcome to Single in the City where Kings Meet Queens. I am Nicole Everett.
I'm Joe Keetra Horn.
Rains, dating coach.
And we are the Love Team. So happy Tuesday. Hopefully you all are doing well. Happy Women's Month. All right.
That's right. Happy Women's History Month.
Yesterday was International Women's History Day. So hopefully you all gave a shout out to the women in your lives. It's funny how we got another day on the calendar. You know, women's history is something that I think we have kind of at least in my life is something that more recently we have begun celebrating. Like I don't remember this when, growing up, us celebrating Women's History Month.
Because we celebrate us all throughout the year.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a lot to celebrate, especially the achievements that women have recently. It's a lot to celebrate.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Nick.
So I want to invite you all. I see a few of you all on here to tell us where you are tuning in from. In the comments, just put your city and state, and we'll see your name as it pops up. For those of you who may be new to Single in the City, we've been doing this since August of 2019. Started out at two-step Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Pavilion, and we just wanted to come up with a way to put the fun back in dating. So since the pandemic, we've been doing these live broadcasts, bringing various guests on, authors and comedians and just folks that want to talk to us about dating. So, we just want to have a good time tonight.
So make sure you like, love, and share it too. Please share it, because we really have a good show for you tonight.
So I see you, Vanessa. Hey there, Tallahassee.
Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa said on the post, she was like, okay, I'm there. So you make sure you were there on time.
That's checking in. Hey, one thing to add too, though, it is our National Social Work Month also as well. So this whole month of March is Social Work Month.
Okay.
So
really?
Definitely want to thank a social worker, all the things they do in the community.
Good deal. And
most definitely.
We have Mr. Tyler Maximus Lavender, also known as comedian Lav Love from Atlanta, Georgia.
I was just wondering where that name, that's one heck of a name. Tyler is my youngest son's name, but the Maximus Lavender, I like that name.
Lav Love. What up?
Yes. And we got Marcus from Chicago. Good evening.
Hey, Marcus. Marcus is an author. Thanks for joining us.
So tonight we have a very special guest who I actually have known since high school. So
I thought you were going to say third grade. Since third grade.
Not that long. But high school. Funny guy. Funny guy. One of the funniest comedians in the country and promoters in the country. Comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Marvin Dixon. Hey, what you got for him?
Hey.
What's up?
What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good.
Happy Women's Month, day, however you want to call it, month or day.
Yeah.
Got to give a shout out to y'all.
Right. We just established it's the Women's Year.
True. Ain't no men's month, is it?
Well,
with Kamala Harris in office, we gonna go ahead and claim this to be our year. That's why.
But ain't no men's month, period.
That's what I'm saying. No men day, no men's month.
We share some months with you guys, so don't even try. Father's Day.
We get so
y'all want a month more?
Yes.
What month you want?
What month we want? Give us.
Gotta be at least 31 days. We got to get all 31.
Give us September. Because when football starts, leave us alone for that month.
September.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicole, somebody need to type that in the comments that Marvin says September is Men's Month.
Men's
Yeah.
Month for
September,
football.
when football starts.
Okay.
Okay.
Write it down. I'm gonna talk to Kamala.
Oh, and yeah, that's FAMU Classic in Miami. So that would be a good month.
Cool. Now, what we gonna start? How y'all gonna question me like we in the interrogation room?
Oh, you ready? Are you look? You want to swear in?
I feel like first 48. First 48.
Wait a minute. Before y'all do all of that, Marvin, tell us a little bit for our viewers who don't know you. Tell us a little bit about you. How you got started in comedy? How long you been doing comedy? That sort of thing.
Woo! I've been doing comedy since the war. War. Jeez.
Which war?
Yeah, which one?
I started comedy being professional the year Hurricane Andrew, which was 92.
Okay.
So next year will be my 30th year in comedy.
Wow.
Wow.
And I'm talking about that's all 30 years of supporting myself off this living. And I got started from a friend of the family's in a dare. Basically, they took me to an open mic night, which my first time ever going to a show, ever. And I seen how it went, and they kept boosting me to come back, and I never would come back. Finally, they got me to come back maybe a few weeks later, and they signed me up in the open mic night. But they didn't tell me. And they said, the host said they had 3 open micers going up, and you only do 3 minutes each before the professional portion of the show. So he said, give it up one time for Marvin Dixon. And I looked and say, somebody got the same name as me. And they put me on stage. I swear on everything I love. That's how I started comedy.
Wow.
I've been doing it ever since. And within the first 3 months of me doing comedy, about 3 to 4 months, I started my own spot. I started and been doing it ever since. I had the longest run in the country, 25 years, every week booking comedians, every week for 25 years.
Wow.
Well, congratulations. I think that's awesome.
Cool. Trying to, hey, gotta survive. I see you now.
So lastly, ask me about the songs he used to wear in the show in Miami. You know what? Y'all have to cut a donkey. I see that right now.
You gonna wear them again in September? He said he gonna bring them out in September.
Hey, once you're over 40, that's over. I had a good run. It's over. No,
you was in your prime.
Laugh is referring to a routine that I did on Def Comedy Jam. And I used to do a routine where I would shoot down all the way to a G string. And back in them days, I was at this height, 6 feet. Like now, I weigh 170. Then I only weighed 114. But I was 6 feet and that's skinny. But I did it and bam, and got a full standing ovation.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I caught a visual on that one. I'm sorry.
It's somewhere on social media. It's somewhere online. It's somewhere. Once somebody posts it online, it's stuck. It's somewhere.
Let me Google that. Let me Google that real quick.
I don't care.
Look, you got some fans. Andrea said, tell them about Tampa at Club Tropics every week.
Yeah, that's a spot I used to host. I used to leave from Miami and come there every week and host it.
Okay. Wow.
I've done like Tallahassee. People don't realize I've been coming to Tallahassee every month for 15 years until the COVID hit.
Oh, wow.
Every month for 15 years. I've done my room in Miami every week for 25 years until I ended up leaving the Improv, the comedy club, and now I'm the only Black person in the state of Florida that has my own night at a casino each and every month. I have my own residency at a casino in the state of Florida. The only Black person can say that.
Wow, that's tremendous.
Wow.
And I was doing Bahamas every 4 times a year for 7 years until the hurricane hit there and destroyed the place. But once I get there, I believe in long relationships when it comes to this entertainment, not hit and run. I'm there for a long time, the long journey.
Well, you know what? Look, that's a good way to segue in until talking about relationships, since you say you believe in long term.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. You see me got my
well, first we do want to know for sure you are single, not in a situationship, not, you know,
no.
you single.
Single.
Okay.
I mean, if I go to jail, I'm calling my mama to get me out. I ain't got nobody to call but my mama. That's single.
Dang.
So that means you also put your mom as a beneficiary too on any type of forms. Your mom
All
is a
forms, emergency, beneficiary. If God forbid I was to go now, my mama would get my residence.
He's single. He's single.
And get no single than that.
Right.
But you are you looking to change that?
Yeah, I want to.
Are you okay?
Yes.
So Nicole, you ready for the questions?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Hold on. Let me let everybody know. They sent me some questions in advance, and I didn't look at them. I just want to go off my head so it can be just more crazier when I do that.
It can be authentic.
I
It
don't
can
want
be
to
authentically Marvin. Okay, we'll mix them up, Nicole.
Okay.
And we're gonna interject our own, and of course the viewers can type in questions so Nicole can shoot them at you.
Joe Keisha, do you have because normally I am technical.
Okay, you need me to be ready?
Please, yes.
Okay, so how you want to do this? You want the hard ones or you want the easy ones? Okay.
You ready? You ready?
So since you said that you are interested in changing, your situation, have you been dating during COVID?
I've been out, yeah. I've been out.
Okay, what is out?
Well,
like have you been virtually dating? Have you been sexting? Have you physically gone on dates? How have you been
on dates? Physically going on dates. Yeah. I've been creative during COVID. Drive-in dates because the drive-ins was open. Because you can literally sit in the car, get your food and drink, and y'all can sit there and watch a movie.
With the person in the car next to you or physically in your car?
Yeah, in your car. No, they're physically in you. Hell, you got to trust somebody doing this. I don't care if it's your doctor. You got to trust somebody doing COVID. But yes, I've been on dates, and I'm now in the cities where things are open. Atlanta, stuff is open.
Yes, it's open. It's wide open. I know.
So I can go almost anywhere. You can go out to meet for dinner. Almost every restaurant is still open. Almost the drive-ins really never closed. You got stuff you can order to eat. They come to your house or you go to their house. So it's things to do.
Okay.
Trust me, this ain't California, New York. Stuff was open in Georgia.
Truly.
Okay, so I have one. What is dating do's and don'ts? What are your dating do's and don'ts?
Do's is be straight up with a person. And when you mean, my mom taught me one thing: never lie to a woman. She might hate the truth, but she gonna respect you. Didn't lie to her. So just be real. If that ain't what you're looking for to settle down with her, let her know. Hey, look, I'm just looking for to hang out. I ain't looking for nobody serious. But you telling her that. But you might be looking for somebody serious, but in actuality, you're saying, I don't want to be serious with you.
Right.
Because sometimes it can give you crazy tendencies. And I learned one thing. If I'm sitting there talking to somebody and they blink flash 3 or 4 times, she kind of off.
Her eyelashes could be bothering her.
Well, she shouldn't have worn them. You gotta say my eyelashes irritate me. But if you
should, and that's when you could be like, baby, you need me to blow in your eyes. That's when you can get close to her.
No, you got your mask on.
Yeah. You can't blow through the N95.
You can't blow.
So you don't ask people before you got on a date with you. You don't ask them if they have the COVID-19.
Let me tell you something real. I went out with this chick, and I'm not lying. She kept blinking fast. Every time she said a sentence, she blinked flash maybe 4 or 5 times. Bam, 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 bam. And then she say something else. Bam, 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 bam. I looked into her history. The last guy she dated, he worked at a convenience store. She went in there with a bat. Literally, I found this was a police report. She went in there with a bat to fight him with a bat. The guy before that, she got known for flattening his tires. So like I said, you blinking fast 3 or 4 times, bam, 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 leave them alone.
Okay, that's a don't. Look, but that's on the don't list. Don't date someone that blinks fast 3 or 4 times because they might be a little loco.
Yes.
Now, Marvin,
Okay.
Marvin, when you dove into a history with that, after she was blinking and that was before she was blinking, like which one? It caused you to look into it?
No, we went out and I was wondering why she was blinking so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked the young lady that's very close to me, what that means? She said, sometimes they be off when they do that. And then I started looking into her history, and I got a lot of police officers I'm cool with. They pulled her name. And said, man, she got arrested for going inside this store and busting it up with her back. She was
Wow.
arrested before that for flattening somebody's tires. That's just the 2 they had. I wasn't gonna be 3.
That was enough. But now, okay, now that you've mentioned that you have some officer friends, so when you begin dating someone, do you immediately do the background check on them?
I don't care if a woman been arrested. I don't care. I don't.
I mean, if she's been arrested for protesting, yeah, you may not care.
No. Sometimes you could be arrested. Listen, now the way the law is set up, especially against Black people, you could be arrested for something you didn't do. Somebody just said you did. And I don't look at that. But when you walk inside a store with a bat and with the you did that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I look, because I myself, I've been to jail before. But I've been to jail for small stuff and everything. I got illegally pulled over. And the police just pulled me over and questioned me about somebody had a gun on me, which was my gun. But still, it's like you can do some stuff to take you to jail for whatever. When you grew up in the hood, growing up in Miami in the inner city, that stuff happens on the regular.
Well, that's racial profiling. We got it.
It
Yeah.
happened men or women. I've been suspended before, got pulled over my life. I went to jail. So you can go to jail for other reasons other than psycho stuff. And I look into if she went to jail for destruction of property because he wouldn't answer the phone or he wouldn't, man, please leave him alone. Because I'm an entertainer. It's gonna be a time I'm not gonna answer that phone.
Okay, so do or don't check someone's background.
No, you really don't.
Okay, so don't check someone's background. Don't date a blinker. Okay,
so give you reason to.
So what is a do? What would a do be?
A do during the date? Be honest.
Or do just in dating in general.
Whoever initiate the date should treat the date.
That's etiquette.
Because a lot of times women will say, what you doing? Why don't you meet me here? And you go there, next thing you know, she got 3 friends and you buying everything. You like, how the hell I got tripped like this? I was home chilling. I wasn't even hungry.
Not a good look.
But that happens in a men life. That happens to us so often. Where I've had women call me before. What you doing? I'm up here. Why don't you meet me up here? I said, who you with? I'm just chilling. So I go there, but she got 3 more friends. And then they ordered stuff, and I think they was looking for a sucker to come, and I was the sucker.
Well, okay, now Marvin.
So Marvin, you stayed and paid?
You know what? I did, but I just didn't mess with it no more.
Okay, I got
you. But I have a question on that one, Marvin. When that happens, what's wrong with communicating to that person? You know, what's wrong with saying, you know, you called me out to meet. I was thinking I was just going to meet just you, but you have your friends. So are you expecting me to pay for you and your friends? Do you think that
it's kind of hard to say that in that situation because you're there. See, when she called me, she just said, hey, can you come up here? I said, I asked who you were with. She said, I'm just up here chilling, meaning I'm by myself. She should say, I got 3 of my homegirls with me. I would have said, no, I can't go now. I would say whatever because I might have got stuck in that situation. And as a man, I'm going to pay, but I might be pissed off, but I'm still going to pay. But if she say, I got 3 of my friends, I say, cool, who are they? Let's say you in town somewhere. You say, I'm with Nicole. You know, okay, cool, I'll meet y'all up there. So I would probably take care of it because I know. But if you trick me, you got Nicole, like DMX, start naming all the women with you. Now I'm stuck. About 3 Kims, now I'm stuck. So that kind of, always be straight up with your brother.
Wow.
I'm sorry, they won't be able to say that you wasn't a gentleman, and I think that's probably what you're saying. Like, you know what, it was you save face for her, right? And then they can't say that you weren't a gentleman. They can't say that.
About you. Because when you leave there, you go broke ass. Why you came up here?
Right.
But you know what? Based on what Marcus said about he was a sucker too, it's unfortunate that women will do that. I don't have any girlfriends that are like that. But I do think that that messes it up for the next female that is not like that, you know. And I do think that there is a breakdown with etiquette, because in terms of etiquette, exactly what you said, whoever invites the person on a date is the one that should pay. But I think a lot of times in dating, we miss that etiquette piece.
Yes,
So,
trust me, it's rough. See, y'all women got it kind of easier with dating than we do.
and how so? And how so?
When a guy asks you out, you know automatically.
Hey, Marvin.
Sometimes if y'all ask us out, we be thinking, oh, she invited me out. Then you get there, then we realize.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say I try to initiate the date, or if she do invite me out, I say, where you want me at? Then I get there, I just, if she pretty cool, the conversation is great, I'm gonna pay regardless. If I ain't gonna mess with her no more, I'm gonna pay regardless. But I'm through with it. But if I want to see her again, I'm gonna say I appreciate just asking a one to see me. I appreciate just that. But literally a lot of times women will set you up. Like this week in Atlanta, it was All-Star Week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many suckers got sucked this week?
Yeah.
Do you know how many suckers got sucked this week? Do you know you get to a club and the girl say, meet us, where you at? And you say, I'm here. And you get to the club, and I know a friend that this happened to this Saturday. He met this young lady that he knew that was there. She said, what time you coming? He said, where you at? I'm parking. He got there. He say, man, it was 4 friends, and they wanted me to treat all of them $150 a head.
Wow. Well, look, I'm gonna have to give it up to the men that were not suckers and that were gentlemen, because I was there at All-Star Weekend, and I had gentlemen that paid for me and all my friends for dinner and for drinks. And he volunteered to do it. Well, it was two different guys. They volunteered to do it. But so there are some gentlemen out there too, you know.
But you didn't say, hey, can you meet us here? No, meet me here. And then he get there and you got 5 people with you and you didn't tell him nothing. Did you do that? No,
because all my friends, we can pay for ourselves. So, but fortunately, we have had guys that have volunteered to pay.
Cool, so. That's good. You lucky. Plus, you're not ugly, so.
That matters, huh?
Yeah, sometimes ugly women go through hell. They don't have the blessings y'all beautiful women have. Yeah. See, you and Nicole, y'all looking all cute. This one look rough. Right. They got to pay their own.
But you know what, though? Sometimes those be the ones that dog the guys out, you know, and sucker the guys.
Because that's your friend. They ain't doing it by themselves.
Not my friends.
That's usually the other friend.
Hey, Marvin, I got a question. So when a female pays, does that change the outlook a little bit for you? When like you may have paid one time and she say, you know what, I got the next one, and she does that, does that kind of change it for you? The outlook?
Look here, that happens so seldom in my situation, man. If I have that happen, I might backflip.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't happen that often, right? But it's always good.
Think about
That's so sad to hear guys say that women have never offered to pay for them, you know, to pay.
On one hand, how many women bought you drinks in your life?
How many women have, Nick?
Yeah, man, I'm not asking, no.
I know it ain't more than 5 on this one hand. I know it ain't more than 5.
Right.
What about treated you to ice cream or took you to lunch?
That has happened before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how many drinks you bought in your life?
Oh, a whole lot. A whole lot.
Can't count.
Can't count. Right. It's almost assumed that a guy's gonna pay. It's almost assumed whether you initiate or not.
Yep.
And now that you're saying that, September is Take a Man Out on a Date month. So y'all can keep that in mind, because September is Take a Man Out on a Date month.
It's gonna be some lonely men on that month.
So Vanessa asked the question about, is it too forward for a woman to ask a brother out and offer to pay? What do y'all think about that?
No, I've taken men out plenty of times and paid.
I really want to hear from the brother.
Tried to.
No, it's not. It's cool to offer that, especially if you're interested in him. But just like a man asking a woman, if he's interested in you, he will go. One thing about us, though, we're kind of different than you all. We really got to have some kind of attraction towards you. Women would go eat just to eat because it was a meal.
Yes.
She ain't studying them, brother. I'm the men.
Right.
I ain't saying you all, but many women have used men for food, use men to pay bills, use men for whatever. They're not interested in them. Men. I don't care how much she got, we can't do it.
Mm.
And this, I'm gonna tell you a story. This is the God's honest truth. My barber, I swear to you, and he will attest to this. I can let y'all interview him the next segment. He'll tell you. A young lady came in the shop. He works, and told him that was Marvin Dixon. I got a crush on him. I want to meet him. She told him I'm gonna pay for all his cuts for the next month. He told her how often I came, gave him the money. He called me, Marv, you good, man? I said, good for what? And he said, this girl paid for all your cuts. And I said, my cuts? Who, what girl? And when he told me who she was, and I knew who she was, I said, you got her number? Yeah. I called her, and I said, hey, I appreciate the offer, but I can't accept that. Because I knew I wasn't interested in her, no shape, form, or fashion. So I'm not going to accept nothing from you if I'm not interested in you. But a lot of women take stuff from men they're not interested in. And then when stuff hits the fan, she talking about, he's psycho, he crazy. No, you crazy for taking what he offered. You got all. If you're not interested, tell him no. And that's what I told him. He said, man, she paid and she gave me the money extra for tips. I said, well, give it back, man, because I'm not taking it. And he called her and she came back up there and got her money. And she's talked junk. Oh, he must think he all that. No, I'm just somebody respectfully gonna tell you I'm not interested and I'm not gonna accept what you're trying to give me.
She might have called you. She might have said he must be gay then too.
I don't care what she said.
Well, okay. I have another question. So one of the questions we asked, what behavior in a woman turns you off?
When a woman that's drunk and can't handle her liquor. That's a straight turn off. A woman that's outside talking loud, slobbering, throwing up, get to the car, lift up her skirt, pull down her underwear, and urinate right there. That's a straight turn off. I don't care how cute she look, how fine she look. We just left out the club. Why you ain't go to the bathroom before we left out? And I've had that.
I'm about to say you just dropping all that like you speaking from experience.
I've had just do
yeah, I know Marvin has seen it all.
And I had a girl throw up in my car. She paid to get it. She get paid to get it clean, but that wasn't the point. She threw up in the car because while we were in the car, I said, "You sure you good?" Yeah, I want another one. And she was getting double shots. I kept saying, "You sure?" And then next thing you know, she was talking, slurring her words, throwing up. Then she told me, pull over. I'm on the highway. I'm on the highway. You can't just stop right there. You got to put your signal on, slow down, and get on the side. And she just started throwing up. And that was a turnoff. I never dated her again. Never talked to her again.
Wow.
Car smelled like sour milk.
Ooh.
I'm telling you.
Yuck.
That's the turnoff. A woman that smokes. I don't care how fine she looks. She pull out a cigarette, it's over.
What about
what if she smokes a cigar or weed?
Weed turn off. I'm gonna say a cigar cool, because that's not a habit, that's not everyday thing. Cigars is a social thing. It's like drinking. Drinking, some people could drink excessively, and that's a drunk. But you drink socially, that's not being drunk. A woman smokes cigar, like now cigar bars, the hot stuff. I perform in a lot of them, and some women look sexy hitting cigars. But cigarettes, to me that's a habit. You got to have so many packs a day. Weed, I just can't do that. That just not as a turn off to me. A woman that smokes just weed and any kind of tobacco products and weed, they just do something to me. I just don't like it. That's just me.
Gotcha.
Okay. So as an entertainer, what has been the biggest challenge with dating for you?
Ooh, the biggest
Want to think about it for a minute?
No. I can go straight. I know this. The biggest challenge is finding somebody to understand what you do and respecting what you do. Case in point, I can this happened before. A woman kept asking me, I've been wanting to go out on the weekends. You always going. And she wanted to go to a concert. And the artist in particular, this is before the scandal, was R. Kelly. And she said, R. Kelly coming to town. Let's go to the concert. I said, I'll buy tickets for you and your friend to go. Take one of your homegirls. I got a show. I had to go to I think it was Cleveland to perform. And she said, you always got to go out of town. I said, I tell you what. I'm gonna try to see if I can get you backstage to talk to R. Kelly. You tell R. Kelly, don't do his show and come to mine. And when she thought about it for a minute, I said, what you're trying to say is his hustle is more important than mine. I'm an entertainer too. I go where I'm booked just like he going where he booked. I don't see his girl telling him, hey, let's go see Marvin in Cleveland and stay here. No, they are performing just like I'm performing. And like most comics, we be free weekdays. Weekdays, I would say, let's go here, let's do this. I got to work tomorrow. See, you making your hustle more important than mine because you have to get up early in the morning to go your 9 to 5. And I used to always say, don't get mad at me because I listened to my counselor in high school. My counselor said, find something you love to do and learn how to make money.
That's right.
And the reason I told her that because she always told me how she hated her job every day. I'm tired of this job. I'm tired of this. So you don't like what you do. I ain't never say I'm tired of this. I love what I do because I travel around the country. I go everywhere to make people laugh. And you mad at me because I listened to my counsel and you didn't?
Well, Marvin, I think you were blessed to have a good counselor because a lot of us in high school didn't have good counselors that shared that type of information. But Nick, I know you have something to say about what he said, but my follow-up to that is, okay, I love how you explained that to her. And that's true because you put it in a way that she should have been able to understand.
Right.
So did you do something special for her after that? Because I don't know if you know your love languages, but her love language could have been quality time, and she could have wanted to spend time with you. So if you can do it on that particular weekend, did you follow up with something to do with her during the week or to make up for you missing the R. Kelly show?
No, I look at it like this. I did. And I said all the time, I'm home weekdays. I'm home weekdays. So you want me to put aside my career and what I do to take you out when you are. But what I used to do is, hey, this weekend I'm going here. Would you like to go with me?
Okay.
But she used to pick and choose. If you down for your dude, go. Ain't nothing to do in Cleveland.
Yes, it is.
I'll be like, how do you know? But if I say let's go to Vegas, she want to go to Vegas. Let's go to Hawaii. She want to go to Hawaii. Hey, I'm doing Tom Joyner cruise. Ooh, I want to go there. It's always the good stuff to take pictures to show her friends. I'm here. But a real woman, hey, I got a show in Corinth, Mississippi. Let's ride.
Right.
That's a 5-hour drive from Atlanta. Let's ride. I ain't never heard of that. We're gonna hear it when we get there.
No matter where you going, she just support. It don't matter where you go, she support.
And the small cities be the funniest cities. Man, I have a good time in them small cities, them small towns. Them big cities is the ones I don't like to go to. Because the big city is so much hustle and bustle and so congested. Like New York, I don't be flipping corners to go to New York. Hey, it's cool to go. Oh, I want to go to New York. Then they still put what they do above you. You get to that city. I'm the type to say, let's go in a day early so you could do what you want to do, or we could do whatever you want to do then. But the day of the show, when I do 2 shows, don't be talking about, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. Then all of a sudden, I'm tired as hell. We get back to the room at 6 o'clock. I get ready for 8 o'clock show. You talking about, well, go ahead. I'm going to just chill. Your ass get the rest. Now I got to go to work. Because we done walked all around Times Square for 8 hours. We left 10 in that morning. We got back at 6 p.m. Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to take a little nap. I'll be here when you get back. Because now you finna rest up. And then when I get back in after the second show, which is about 12 something at night, oh, you want to walk down this? It's a nice restaurant in the morning. Man, we don't get my face. See, a lot of times they put their hustle above your own. And they don't realize what your hustle is. And people don't realize comedians, singers, poets, and all that. When we do any shows, we got to get our mind focused. We got to focus on what we get ready to do, especially comedians. We like to have quiet time to chill out, to think about what we're going to say, because every show is different. Your first show ain't like your last show. Your last show ain't going to be like your next show. And a lot of them don't realize that. Every audience is different, and you got to really mentally prepare for that. They don't understand. They think that you telling jokes. That ain't nothing.
Okay. So Vanessa had a question. She wanted to know, is it a red flag if someone brings up sex in the conversation on a first date?
No, it's not a red flag. It's not a red flag. It's just conversation. The way these days is now, people talk about sex on a regular. It's just a normal form of communication, normal form of conversation. Now, if he say, I want to stick my so-and-so in your so-and-so, can I do that? Now that might be a red flag.
Right.
But sex is just a normal way of regular conversation now. That's a normal talk now. It ain't nothing. It's like talking about music. We talk about sex. You ever had a man, ever a girl do this? It's life.
And we're grown. I mean, at this point, we're grown. I think everybody that we've talked to has probably had sex at some point. So we're grown. And if you're just on the phone with the person, it's not like you and that person can have sex right then. So, Nick, what do you say about that?
Hold up. So I'm getting some responses that there's an echo. So do me a favor. If y'all have your phones nearby, mute them.
My phone.
Okay. Because it may be picking up your laptop.
My phone not on.
Your phone not on? Okay.
Yeah, I heard an echo too.
All right. Go ahead. Nick, what you got to say?
No, I totally agree. I mean, sex is gonna come up anyway, so it's like you might as well talk about it like what we eating for dinner. You see what I'm saying? It should be part of the normal conversation. I get weary if someone don't want to talk about it, because now I'm wondering like why you don't want to talk about it or why you uncomfortable talking about that. So it should be a regular conversation, especially if you're married.
Yeah,
we're talking about dating. Look, we're talking about the dating phase, like when you first meet someone and you find that sex does tend to come up quite early. But I think that you can kind of steer the conversation, or if you're starting to feel uncomfortable based on what they're going to say, then you can reel it back a little bit. But I think there is a healthy way to discuss sex.
I like talking about it. It's fun to me.
I think everybody does, really, for the most part. I just think that most people are interested in it, but some people may be a little bit shy because they're not used to having those conversations.
True.
Yeah. And I think for me, I'd be clear and straight up, because it does play an important part in your relationship. And if someone is not interested or feel like, no, I don't, then, hey, I know right then you're not good for me, because you don't want to be in a relationship or marriage with someone and you don't have a healthy sex life.
Let me explain something to you all. The difference between a lot of women ask me this: why do a lot of old men in their 40s and up be talking to them young girls in their 20s? They on the same level. I said the difference is, don't be offended, ladies, when I say this. When you talk to a younger lady, it's like they arousal level is whole different than you are on some aspect. You could tell a young girl in her 20s, send me a sexy pic. You can say sexy. Sexy meaning you could be stylish, but going out looking good. Sexy is your look, your scent, your smell, your hairstyle. That's sexy. She'll sit damn near send you a butt naked picture, not damn near naked. You tell a woman in her 40s, send me a sexy pic. I asked a girl that one time, she sent me a picture of her going to church with her big hat on. I say, really? Really? So your church is sexy.
But you know what? That's just it. Sometimes, we're so worried about what that person will think about us, and we're not really being our true self. When the guy is like, come on, be open, be transparent. That's how we're going to get to know each other. But we too busy worried about, what he going to think about me if I send this type of picture to him. So I want him to think that I love Jesus, but you can still love Jesus and have a freaky side.
I've had, in about 5 years, 3 women sent me, when I say sexy, one sent me a big church, the hat with the little net stuff on top. I had one sent me now, tell me if this sexy. She sent me a picture at an Eastern Star meeting.
Top line.
I swear.
Now wait, now you ain't gonna talk about my sisters now. Hey now.
I said, send me Eastern Star me with her little hat on with the Eastern Star. I said, man, please.
He was trying to see if you knew where the star was, if you knew how to come get the star.
That ain't sexy. You might well send me your work photo. That's the work ID. She sent me the Eastern Star. Really? And that's why I tell you, young girl, she almost see you almost naked. You be like, whoa, hey. You like, man, she tricked me.
Okay, now when they send you a picture to where they're almost naked, what does that? Do you look at them differently? Do you look at them only sexually then?
No.
You know, okay.
No. I'm gonna say for me, I can't speak for every man. I look at man, look what she did for me. Now she did it for 3 more people. I don't know. Look what she did for me.
So if an over 40 lady or 45, almost 50, we almost crossed the 50 mark. If she sends you a picture that can be tastefully done, you won't judge her. You won't look at her any differently.
No, I don't care if it wasn't tastefully done. If it was just done, I'm gonna be happy. Because she did that for me. See, men aren't like women. I can get up in, I don't know if you ever did it. You know how you text someone in the morning and say, good morning, beautiful. Mm-hmm. Hello, lovely lady.
Look, Nicole, we talked about the good morning. Yeah, let's talk about the good morning, beautiful.
Good morning,
let's talk
beautiful.
about that.
Good morning, lovely lady.
Hey, sexy.
You get a text back. How many people you sent this to? I told a girl one time, I have over 5,000 and some numbers in my phone. Over those 5,000 some, 3,000 or some got to be women. Even if I sent that to 80 you all, you made the damn cut. Why are you worried about? You made the cut. But if I text a woman and say, good morning, ugly ass hell, and she responds back, I know you ain't talking to me. I know you tripping. What you on? Oh, so you responded to that.
You made the cut.
You respond to beautiful. And that's why I was saying, when a woman texts me, good morning, king, good morning, handsome, good morning, soldier, whatever she want to call me, thank you, lovely lady. I appreciate the compliment because I'm glad I made the cut. Because somebody on her phone didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
I see. So
can we talk about that for a minute? I'm sorry. Because in one of my groups that I'm in, that good morning, beautiful became like a heated topic, for us women, because I think that it depends on who it's coming from. If it's a man that we want to be with, he can good morning, beautiful us all day. But for her to ask you that, it's because we do know that men send the good morning, beautiful to multiple women. And it seems to lose its luster because all women are not beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yes, they are. To an individual. To an individual.
Well, yeah. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right. But there are some people ways that are not beautiful. Because you see on Facebook on certain posts where people will be like, beautiful. Oh, you're so gorgeous. And you'll be like, oh, really? Okay. So it seems as if that's just a word to say. And it really doesn't have a lot of weight behind it. So I think that's why it's become so sensitive when people do that. Just like the good morning queen. In order for us to be a queen, we're supposed to have a king, right? In order for us to be a queen.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Queen Elizabeth don't have no king.
How did she become a queen?
It's when she was born. She was the next heir to take over.
Okay.
She's not a queen. Her husband is not the king. Her husband is not the king. She's the queen. He's not the king. So you're wrong on that. And there are so many props you could give a woman. It could be queen. It could be beautiful. It could be lovely lady. It could be luscious. It could be sunshine. But after a while, we're going to run out. So no matter
luscious.
He might call you luscious. I don't know whatever nickname he want to give you. But it can be that. Now I just get luscious. Now you might get 4 luscious tomorrow. You're going to be mad.
You know what?
I'm not saying.
You know what though? It only if a man say good morning, beautiful, it only loses its luster if you're not interested. Because if you interested, if that man is your type, he can send you almost whatever, and you are totally fine with that. Like you said, it's the man that you're not interested in. That's when it loses luster.
I don't care who texts me, good morning, King. Good morning, handsome. I don't care if she, like I said, cross-eyed or rotten teeth. Thank you, my queen. I appreciate the love. Because she could have texted somebody else that. At least at that time, she thought
it counts.
Right. I accept compliments. A lot of women don't. I accept them. I'm happy with them. But women lose the luster because you have a lot of guys come. But that's what happens when you have a lot of guys coming at you. It's right.
And well, we appreciate the fact that you accept the compliments. But David Lee said, "How do we know that men are saying good morning to multiple women?" Because we do know, because our friends, there are some men that try to holler at the same group of women, and that's what they do say. So that's why I think it's gotten that way. I mean, of course, we would love for someone that means that to say that, but after a while, it does lose it because we do know that they are sending it to multiple women because women talk, we communicate, and we share that information.
But you know what? Be happy you made the cut.
But the thing is, like what I said earlier, I mean, I don't have to be happy that we made the cut. I mean, we want it to come from someone that we want to be with, that we're genuinely interested in, and feel that they're genuinely interested in. If you're sending that to multiple women, then what does that say about your seriousness with that person? Especially, I guess my issue is you don't follow up with anything after that. If you just say good morning, beautiful, but you don't follow up, how's your day? Can we meet for lunch or something? I don't want you to just send me a text every day to say good morning, beautiful, because that means that you're not serious about getting to know me.
Let me break this down. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. If I woke up and text you good morning, beautiful, and you don't respond back, why should I follow up with something?
No, I always no, wait. I respond back. I do respond back.
If you respond back something, a man usually gonna respond back later. He will respond. I hope your day is going good. Hope you had a great day. What are you doing? Hey, are you free this weekend? Can we meet up for lunch? Can we meet?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like what Vanessa said, at some point there needs to be a conversation, a meetup. There needs to be something, behind it, not just a good morning, beautiful, or be creative and don't just send a good morning, beautiful all the time. Be creative. Like you said, lovely lady, luscious, sweetheart, darling, honey, sweetie cakes, honey bunch, sugar plum.
Do you still want to follow up from a guy you're not interested in? You want him to follow up too?
Follow up if he said good morning.
If he said good morning, you want to follow up from the guy you also not interested in also?
No. I will say thank you. I will say thank you. How's your day? I will hold a conversation because I know the etiquette and I know how to be polite. But eventually, no, I don't.
So Wendell asked the question, are you still expecting him to pursue you as if you're the only woman that he is interested in? Isn't that a bit egotistical?
Well, I just answered that question.
Okay.
For me, I mean, I don't know, Nicole, I don't know what your thoughts are, but
But Jakidra, I know that may be what you said, right? I mean, but for Marvin, I agree with him. Men are just gonna no matter whether they're interested or not. If a woman give him a compliment, he's gonna say thank you, whatever. He's gonna be grateful for it. He may not pursue her or anything like that, but he's gonna be grateful for the compliment, no matter who it comes from.
And I can agree with that. And I think that we have to be mindful and take notes, because if I were to send a guy a message with a compliment and all he said was thank you, but he never called or he never responded back with anything, then I wouldn't keep sending him a good morning, handsome text or, anything like that. I'll take my cue from that.
And you shouldn't, because like you said, if you don't follow up, that means he's not interested.
Right.
You know what women do? A man sometimes could text you, call you, text you, call you with no response, and know what y'all say? Well, damn, he ain't getting the hint. No, we ain't getting the hint. You got to tell him, hey, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm kind of seeing somebody, or I'm not really interested. You got to tell a brother sometimes, because he thinks sometimes, see, y'all listen to a lot of, I always say, celebrities write books, somebody write a post, somebody do something. Y'all listen to that. Like Steve Harvey had that book, Wait 90 Days. Do you really think somebody waited 90 days to get with Steve Harvey? Do you really think that? That's game. I always say people write say just to make them look good in front of the masses. But in actuality, come on, man. Don't run that game. Don't run that game.
Let me ask you this, Marvin. Do you do that same thing that you just suggested that we do?
What's
right.
That? I do what?
So if she's calling and texting and you not responding.
No. I respond.
Okay.
And if she say something,
but do you eventually say that you're not interested in them?
Yes, quick.
Okay.
I don't waste nobody's time. I have women say, "Hey, when you come in town, can I take you, meet you to take you to breakfast?" Something. I say, "I appreciate the compliment, babe, but I don't think that'll be right. I don't want to lead you on. I'm not, I'm not really coming." I say, "I'm not coming there for that," or "No, I'm not. I'm seeing somebody." You can make something up, just anything that don't lead them on. Women will lead them on. Women will lead brothers on, and all the way until they can get what they want, whether it's to get in the club. Can you give me tickets to this? I'm going by what I haven't had women say, "Can you?"
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. They're using you.
Right. You can tell that. Like, case in point, something else that a lot of brothers in my field go through. You can say, "Hey, like you said, follow up. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? I'm free this weekend. Would you like to come up here? I'll fly you up. Hey, you ain't got to stay at my crib. I'll put you up. I just want to see you so we can spend some time and do something." Next thing you know, "No, I can't come. But the NBA All-Star coming. Hey, I come that weekend. Yes, I bet you will come that weekend.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody else come that weekend when the hotel room $400-500 a night. Can my friend come? I got 2 of my friends want to come too. Because know what they saying? Girl, I got a sucker that want me to come there. And let me get it. Hey, it's a Super Bowl, like Tampa was Super Bowl this year. Hey, I'll come to Tampa and meet you. Yeah, I bet you will.
That's how you know it's only convenient for them at that point. They doing it when it's convenient for them.
They want.
But what I've started doing with guys is I've started saying to them, "I'll follow your lead." I'm like, "Hey, listen, I'm letting them know I'm interested, but I'm gonna follow your lead because I want you to be the one to lead, and I'll follow instead of putting me out there like that." And Nick, is that good to do?
So you want him to pursue? You pretty much say you want him to pursue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that I like them. If I don't like them, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I like you. But I'm like, I'll follow your lead. I need for you to show me that you really are interested and know how to pursue and court me.
Right. It's nothing wrong with that. That's what you prefer. If you want him to pursue, that's what you prefer. I was gonna say, well, Marvin, what he was saying, I agree with him there too, because when it comes to the no, I respect the fact that he don't waste nobody's time, because a lot of men will prefer that too. Some men that can take it, I should say, because a lot of times the rejection is not rejection, it's really redirection. It's really you saying, I don't want you to spend no more time, spend no more resources on me. Go do that to somebody else. Right. And so exactly, you should be respecting that. It's saying that you ain't waste your time or your resources or your money. Do it to somebody that actually appreciate that.
Hey, no woman can say I use them. And right. I mean, even sexually. I ain't using you for that. Because I'll be like, look, man, I'm not interested in you in that way. I'm not gonna even sleep with you because that's gonna lead you on.
Right.
So you've never used a woman.
Listen, never. We might have been 2 people was horny. But it wasn't no, I'm gonna use her for this.
Hey, did you see the Dave Chappelle episode where he made her sign the agreement? Do y'all remember that? The David Chappelle, and he made her sign the agreement, and then they did it, and it was like a minute, and he was like, "I need you to sign this." This confidentiality agreement.
Let me tell you something. One of the smartest men I ever seen. This man in Miami, he's the heir of Coppertone. You know Coppertone, the skin tan lotion? Mm-hmm. He's the heir. And what happened, you see all this stuff going on with the women coming back, and he did this.
Me Too.
So one woman, it was a couple of them, they got together, and they slept with him like back to back, like somewhat, and tried to say, oh, he drugged me, he took advantage of it. Something he did. Do you know he recorded every sexual session he ever had? He recorded every one, and when they came at him with that, he literally, his lawyer had DVD tapes of
Dang.
every recording, every time he had sex with the women. And they say, when was it? We left the club, I was drunk, and he did this. And they showed the tape in where one of them, they said one of them in the newspaper, they got into his room. She pushed him on the bed, snatched his pants down, performed oral sex on him. And the lawyer said, look like you raping him.
Wow. Yeah, receipts, huh?
And the first thing she said was, it's against the law to take me. He didn't ask permission. You know what he said? I'd rather be convicted for that crime than the crime you saying I did.
Right.
Yeah. It's sad that men might have to start doing it. They might have to start. Hey, some people make you sign an NDA. You gotta say, this is what we can do. This is what's gonna happen because look at what T.I. going through right now. You going back from 15 years, a girl saying this, they done got all these women, and now they so serious to get T.I. Some dude jumped in the equation. He talking about it happened to a dude. I said, really, dude? A dude didn't say it now, then jumped in the equation.
Well, y'all in Atlanta.
No,
I was gonna say I haven't heard about that, so I need to find out what's going on with that.
A dude didn't jump in the equation now.
So I want to read this comment real quick. Yeah. It's my cousin Tanya. She said, I've told someone I wasn't interested and thought it was settled. He called me a few months later and I reminded him of our conversation and he said, oh, I thought you meant that day.
Hey, Tanya, he not wrong. Because it might have been a different situation some months later. You might not be, and if you're not interested in the guy, how did he get your number? So you had to be interested in some kind of way for him just to get the number initially.
Yeah, I think she was initially.
Well, sometimes we're just nice, you know.
You can be nice and say no thank you.
She said, "Be nice and say no thank you."
Yeah.
I've been guilty of giving guys because I like if a guy approached me in the right way, I'm not going to be mean to him, you know, and we might end up being the best of friends. Right, so
he said she wasn't interested, told the dude she wasn't interested. He called back a few months later. And the reason we think that you might be in a situation, relationship, and we'll wait 8-9 months and call, hey, what's up? I was checking on you, hope you're all good. Then we had this conversation. Oh, I didn't know. Hell, I thought maybe dude, because we know a dude usually messed up at 8-9 months. He didn't did something wrong. So basically, we sit on the bench and wait for the coach to put us in the game.
Hey, Marvin, you checking that relationship status also? I'm checking the relationship status, see if that's going to change.
Yeah, we check all that.
Wow.
If you're interested in the woman, if a woman says, don't you ever call me again, Keith, that's what she should have said, don't you ever call me again. Now he got it.
That's a little harsh now, Marvin. No, if a woman would say to you, don't you ever call me again, when you haven't done anything to them, that would be a little harsh. I don't think I could ever say to a guy, don't ever call me again if they've never done anything to me.
He ain't gonna call, no. He ain't gonna call.
Look, what's more hard? Didn't we have this conversation some months ago for you not to call me? So she never call me again.
Okay.
The wrong thing with you want to sugarcoat stuff. No, straight shot, baby. Straight Patron.
Now I will agree with you on that. I think I do tend to sugarcoat a little bit, but it's still clear.
Some guys don't get it though. Some guys.
Yeah. Okay. So Marvin, what are you looking for in a date or a mate?
Let's go far as first attraction, a sexy woman. And like I said before, sexy is her style, her scent, her look, the way she carries herself, the way she presents herself in any situation, hairstyle, all that is sexiness. Sexiness is a combination of many things. Now, what I want, that attracts me, sexiness. Now, once we get together, conversation, a meeting of the minds, where we can make each other laugh, we can have a great conversation, and we don't judge each other over simple things, over BS. We don't judge each other. Now, when you go to the next level with that, we have fun together. Just fun, genuine fun together. Laugh about many things. Then, when if we get intimate, if that's the bang, that's the winner there. If it's banging, that's the winner there.
That's when you're going to make it exclusive. You're going to put a ring on it. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to go back. When you said sexy, you know, and you talked about, you know, the many variations of what sexy is. Okay, so do you like them skinny? Do you like them light skinned? Do you like Amazons? Do you like, can give us a little bit more clarity? So what Janelle is saying,
sexy,
to help, look, because there's women watching and they want to know if they your type.
The size matter to you, Marvin. The size matter.
Slim women are sexy. Thick women are sexy. Short women are sexy. Tall women are sexy. I say sexy. I didn't say fine. And that's the difference. Fine is just a damn difference.
It's the difference.
Sexy is the way you carry yourself, intertwine all those things. The way you carry yourself, your scent, your smell. You know, we said we going to a black tie fair. You know what the hell to put on. I don't have to direct you. Sexiness is all that intertwined. It ain't a skin complexion. It's not no height. It's not a size complexion. There's some thick women that are sexy. There are some slim women that are sexy. Shapely women that are sexy. I know some fine women that ain't sexy. I know some women that's fine and look stank as hell. I wouldn't date them. I wouldn't talk to them. Yeah, you got a nice shape. Like when you see the women all on social media doing them twerking every time they turn around and everything, that ain't sexy to me. That's just a fine woman dancing. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they get caught up in that. That's not sexy to me. Now, that might be fine to another dude. And a lot of women think, I got to get a big butt to be sexy. No, hell you don't. You're just trying to get fine and attract a young dude. I ain't never seen no dude over 40 say she needs some butt injections.
So you talking sex appeal.
Sex appeal. That's what attracts me. Sex, her smile, her look, her scent, her hair, the way she dressed. That's all. It ain't got to be expensive stuff. It ain't got to be no red bottom shoes. The way you coordinate your stuff, the way your clothes lay on you, that's sexy to me.
Okay. So before we got started, when we were in the pink room, we talked about we were talking about David Samuels, and we were talking about his rating of 10s. So who would you give, I guess, for sex appeal, if you had to compare, what celebrity would you say would be your, you would consider the ideal mate?
Who would I say that? And I'm just saying visually look, because I never met them. Visually looking, stuff that they say, the conversation they come out with, the way they look. And I've been in a room with her one time, and she walked past me. Good God, she smelled good. Was Megan Good.
Megan Good. Okay.
Megan Good to me was I'm gonna tell you another one. Jill Scott. Jill Scott.
So he really went to the extreme. He went from one to the other. So that's why I was asking, just to kind of bring it home, to kind of paint the picture with what you were saying.
See, a lot of women think sexy is fine. It ain't.
Fine is body, right, Marvin? That's more for body. Body.
And I know a lot of women just look funky. They fine, but they look funky. Like, I hate when a girl say, I'm an Instagram model. I ain't know Instagram had a model agency.
Look, so Nicole, when we get tired of that, hey, sexy. So by Marvin's definition, it really isn't a bad thing.
Right.
Okay. Marvin, you may have saved some guys.
Yeah, because
that hey sexy get you cut off quick.
Yeah, we have had issue with that, Marvin, in the past. People, dudes in your DM talk about hey sexy. Like,
remember this, not take it as a compliment. That means he like your whole package.
But they don't really know your whole package. They're really just kind of basing it off. We always just assumed that they were just basing it off of your body,
No. Remember this, I don't know Megan Good at all. Never said 2 words to her. But she walked past me one time at a party and she just smelled good and she was alluring. I know she's married. I wouldn't disrespect that.
It's okay. I covered over LeBron James, so it's okay.
Like, damn, she's sexy. Hell, I was in Vegas when Jill Scott was there. And she walked backstage and she said, excuse me, babe. And I just damn near melted, babe. Oh my good. And she smelled so good. And that scent just did something to me. And I just looked at Jill Scott a whole different way. So don't take sexiness as just because he hasn't met you. So far, other than meeting you, you met the criteria of sexiness. Your look, your style, the way you carry yourself, the way you all articulate. That's sexiness. All that is intertwined into one.
Personality, like you said, you smell, the way you walk, the way you dress, all that.
So don't get upset because they say it's sexy. Take it as a compliment.
Yeah. Sexy is an attitude too. That's what man said. That sexy is an attitude.
Yeah, I think that maybe we just don't want that to be the first thing that they say when they don't know you.
Hey,
but by your definition, it makes it a little more acceptable. So thank you.
Some women could be sexy visually when you get up and open their mouth. Oh hell, she lost it. So be happy he was attracted to it at first when he said sexy.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
So I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and he was saying that there's a cost to every relationship, and if my appraisal of a woman is less than the cost, it's a bad investment. He said a man's appraisal of a woman happens as soon as she comes into the room via her nonverbals. So, does she look approachable? Is she mean much? And if that's the case, then I don't necessarily want to be fooled up with that. Do you think there's some validity to that?
Yes, because some women don't know. Mm-hmm. She could be loud and hood. Just walk past. Some of them sometime when a woman with a group of girls and it's several of you all looking sexy, I walk past you. Because if a guy try to say something to one of them and it don't work, he done messed up the whole batch. So sometimes he has to be solid on how he approaches. Case in point, let's say it's 4 of y'all together. Mm-hmm. I don't know y'all, I just see y'all in the club. Now, all you all attractive, because we can be attracted to many women, but let me see which one I can really talk to. So a man's supposed to say, how y'all doing? Y'all is plural, meaning all y'all. Then everybody gonna speak back. I see y'all having a good time, enjoying yourself and everything. Y'all late tonight. You ain't gotta work tomorrow. One of us say, well, I'm not working right now. Damn, she out the equation. Another would say, damn, I'm in school, she out the equation. So now you're down to 2. So you keep asking more questions, and then you can say, well, I see you hang, let me get too close. Your man might come in here. One of them say, my man home, bam, she out the equation. Now you got one by herself, that's one you holler at. Now you done got rid of the other 3 that you was gonna waste your time. You to grab one of them and she said, I'm involved with somebody, you messed up.
So Marvin, we call that you making pre-qualifying statements. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
And questions.
That's one heck of a process of elimination right there. Yeah. But it was pretty cool though. That was pretty cool how you did it. Okay, so guys, take notes on that one.
You find out because young women do this. We could be out in the club. A single man as myself could see. Let's say I see Nicole and I try to talk to her. And Nicole said we're involved with somebody. I can say, okay, I respect that, but you enjoy yourself, enjoy the evening, and walk away. You come there hours later, and I try to talk to you. Nicole will walk way across the room and say, girl, he just tried to talk to me earlier. He in everybody's face. That's what single men supposed to do. Men don't do that. Let's say I'm at a party, and Nicole approached me, and I say, well, baby, I'm involved with somebody, but my boy Nick, I got a homeboy here, Nick. He's single. Let me go get him. And I go get my boy to put him down. But women don't do that. Y'all would say, girl, he's trying to talk to everybody.
Right.
And y'all need to stop doing that.
That's true. That is true.
We need to stop doing that, Marvin.
Stop it. That's what single people do. Single people go out to meet people. But when we meet, we don't know who you with. There's no criteria, no blinking on your head saying I'm with somebody. You might not be wearing your ring. You say, well, I'm married. Okay, cool. You could be lying to me, but I just respect that and walk off. But now I see the people walking in an hour later, talk to her. We having a great conversation. You'll come way over there, girl. He tried to holler at me earlier. So what? So what if I did? I tried. It didn't work out. But this working right here. Why is you gonna mess that up?
I'm looking for somebody. I'm single. I'm looking for somebody.
I'm single. I don't know about
not all single people go out to meet people. Sometimes we just go out to have a good time.
The majority do.
When I saw you a couple of weeks ago in Monticello's, you didn't look like you were out to try to meet someone. You looked like you were just out to have a good time.
I was having a good time. If I was feeling something I like, I would have been there.
Okay, so
chilling.
Okay, that leads me to ask, because you're in Atlanta, it's plenty of successful, beautiful women there. How is it dating in Atlanta and in your 40s up dating?
it's easier here because there are more people here. Whereas if like you all in Tallahassee, it's a small amount of people there. Here it's a mass, and it's like Black Hollywood. This is everybody from all over the country relocate here for whatever they feel they work. I'm in entertainment, so that's the reason I relocated, because it's the Black Hollywood. Whereas it's easier here. I'm not gonna lie, there are so many thousands and thousands of people over 40 single. They either been divorced, separated, and wanted a new spot, a new start, and it's easy here. There's so much entertainment for I compare Atlanta to Florida, and I say this: Atlanta got working class, they got street hood thugs that party, but Atlanta has the working class outnumber the street hoods and thugs, whereas Florida, the most street dudes outnumber the working class. And when you go there, that's ain't nothing to do. It's something to do. It's just a small amount of things to do from once you're over 40. Once you get a certain age, you look for a certain thing. We're not going to the club trying to jump on every girl we meet. We're looking for quality now. We're not looking for quantity as you get over 40. And once you see a woman that attracts you, that's why I say sexiness attracts you first with me. And with me, it's a scent and a look. And once I see that, I would say something. How you doing? Now she might be married, she might be with somebody. Once you do that, I back off and I chill. And then you see something else you like, you say something. But all the time you don't do that. Some nights you might just have a chill night to yourself. Me, I love live entertainment. That's one thing I learned about youngsters. You want to go somewhere where you ain't got to worry about young adults like in their 20s. They're allergic to live music and they're allergic to dress clothes. So they're allergic to live music and dress clothes. If they gotta wear sneakers everywhere, they're allergic. If they can't wear them tight skinny leg jeans, they're allergic.
You ain't got to put no age limit on it. You can let anybody in the door, they ain't coming.
Just say live music, live band.
They're not coming.
When I seen you out there, it was a live band that night, wasn't it?
It sure was. And that's why I'll travel to Atlanta every weekend if I could, because everything that you have said is so true about Atlanta.
Now, if you pull in the parking lot, you see number Crown Victorias and Chevy Impalas, leave.
Right.
Leave. You see a sign say 2 for 1 hookers, leave.
Right. But you know what, though? You're one of the few guys that have said something as positive as you have about Atlanta. So that's like refreshing to hear, because I agree with you. And I know that's why I've been coming to Atlanta a lot, because I got on this dating app and I have met so many men from Atlanta, and the live music spot is definitely a place to meet them. But then, so if that's the case for you for Atlanta, why has it been difficult for you to meet quality women? Because we know the quantity is there. So what about meeting quality women?
No, I've met quality women, but a lot of times when a woman start tripping about what I do and how often I'm gone, I usually back off of them, because it's going to be a problem later in the future, because I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, and this is what I do for a living. And it's a successful living. You know, I always say I love doing what I do. But when I want to go out of town on the weekends, I'll say, well, you want to go with me? I've invited women I've dated before out of town, but I hate when you pick and choose cities. If you want to chill, spend time with me, let's go where I'm going. Don't go because where you go. Like I'll say, I'm going to Tom Joyner. Well, I want to go on Tom Joyner cruise. Yeah, I bet you do. Hell, I can get my grandma to go on Tom Joyner cruise. It ain't hard to get nobody to go there.
Right.
I want you to go to all the towns I go to. Let's have fun. But that's what makes it kind of hard doing what I do.
Gotcha.
So, Mara, I would say, man, you hit it spot on, because I would say if a woman ever asks a man to choose them over their purpose and passion, you're going to lose every single time.
Every time.
Every single time. You should never ask a man to choose you over his purpose and his passion, because you're going to lose him every single time. It's not even about it.
I've had a woman, when I first got to Atlanta, an ex of mine lived with me. And that was our problem until we split. And once we split, she literally came and told me I messed up. I had somebody that I wasn't married to that paid all, because only bill she paid was her cell phone.
Wow.
I paid every bill, mortgage, everything I paid to sell. And then when she was by herself and everything was hitting me, and she thought, damn, I guess it wasn't that bad. You was going on the weekends.
Right.
So she started calculating, because I have a phrase that I learned, and I got this from my uncle back in the days. Any man that makes a lot of money or who on the verge and hustle trying to make a lot of money don't have a lot of time. And a man that got a lot of time ain't got a lot of money. So you got to pick your poison, which one you want. You want all the time and y'all just barely making it, or you want to be all bills paid and everything above water, or you want to be under the water. And then she thought about that. She didn't believe what I was saying until she was on her own. And she was like, hey, you know, it come time like stuff getting hard. She had a job, don't get me wrong, she was working, but now all her money ain't just her money now. Now she got to pay this, pay that, pay this, pay that, pay that. And she wasn't making it like that. And she realized it. Damn, I didn't realize what I had, because she had a friend of hers set her up, try to set her up with a surgeon. And she called herself trying to creep with him when she got caught. And I said, hey man, if you think he gonna make you happy, that's who you need to be with. Then she found out he was married.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And his time would have been limited anyway if he was a successful surgeon.
But she didn't. That's just, you know what? I always said this. That was just game. You were looking for a type.
Right.
You're looking for a title. You want to see Doctor and Mrs. Such and Such. You was looking for a title. You went for it and didn't work. Now you ran for it. And then later, segment came on, and y'all might see this about another doctor where he lied and said he was a doctor and married this woman. And they did a special about it on television. And
I remember that.
the black dude, he ran that game on her for 4 years.
Yep.
Wow.
He was a surgeon, and she found out he wasn't. She was looking for.
Now, Marvin.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I want to ask you. So, do you know your love languages? Are you familiar with the 5 love languages?
Go ahead, name them. Go ahead, tell me.
Words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch,
Acts of
service,
Yes.
and receiving gifts.
Yeah, I know mine.
What's yours?
Well, have you done the assessment? Because we can think we know ours, but until you really do the assessment, it's hard to just kind of tell.
I know mine because some of them I ain't get yet. So go ahead. I know mine.
But I think that that's important as we age, and in dating, it's important to know those for ourselves and the person that we're getting to know.
But you have to tell that person what they are.
Yeah. If I meet a guy and he's not familiar with his, I'll tell him to do the assessment.
Okay, that's good. That's because I've heard that before, and I had someone, and I'm gonna tell you how I learned it. Someone told me that when I was trying to buy someone a gift, and then she told me what's her love languages, and I said what? And then when she broke it down to me, because my mom told me one thing: a fool is somebody that don't ask something that they don't know. Okay. And I refuse to be a fool, so if I don't need them, I'm gonna ask. And she told me what it was, but I couldn't remember all of them.
You learned a lot from your mama and your grandmama. Yep. I could tell that.
I learned a lot.
And the
counselor.
A lot.
And the counselor, he learned the one thing, but his mama and his grandmama done taught him a lot of things.
And and I'm not a mama's boy. People don't realize I bought a house at 19. I bought my first house at 19 when I was looking for an apartment. My mom said, and my stepfather said, "Why don't you go ahead and get your house? You probably can get a house." I said, "Huh?" And they went me through the process. And I bought my first house at 19 years old. And
that's awesome.
And that's what I tell people. That's how I learned. They schooled me on life. Hey, get your house. Forget that. And a lot of people, your mama tell you get your apartment or get you find somewhere to stay, but they don't tell you how to go about finding somewhere to stay. And some people, their mama didn't never have a house. You grew up in an apartment. So I get in the house.
Okay, well, I have another question. So what is the best dating advice that you can give people, that's over 40 and over?
best dating advice when you're over 40. I'm gonna go for the men first. Take a woman out something that's age appropriate. Nice restaurant. One woman over 40, she don't want to go to Red Lobster unless y'all been together for a minute and y'all just going there for lunch. You know, Red Lobster was a joint. It was 18, 19.
Yes, it was.
Take us somewhere, preferably give us live music. Somewhat comedy shit is a good thing because you really don't got to talk that much and being entertained more so. And then you can see the stuff they like and they dislike, the songs they like, they dislike, the jokes that they listen to. Because comedians, we telling jokes, you all can relate to a lot of stuff we talking about, and you can see what he or she is relating to. When it comes to just say chilling, I always tell people your first date shouldn't be talking about something. Come over to my house.
Right.
And the reason why a lot of women might take it the wrong way, you don't mean it the wrong way, but she might think it's the wrong way. Because of COVID was going on, a good first date might have been, hey, if you don't mind, what's your favorite restaurant? I'm going to order you some Uber Eats and send it to your house. And I'm going to order something, and then we're going to have dinner together online. And you could do that way, or cook each other's favorite meal, or tell her, hey, I'm finna cash app you this. Go buy what you want, cook it. I'm gonna buy what I want, cook it. We're gonna have our first dinner date online. That's because of now, you know. But that's the dating advice I tell anybody. Women, I say this over and over. I love for the men to pay for the first time, but if you keep asking them to take you somewhere, won't you take him somewhere sometime? Show him you're interested. Because like men, we learn the first time we go out with somebody if that's who we want to talk to or date. Just like y'all women do. We can go with a woman sometime, and I'm not lying to you. I swear on everything I love. I took this woman. I don't know if you're familiar. You've been in Atlanta many times. You ever heard of Spun Divots?
Yes, was just there the other day at King Cigar, and that's where Lickety Split is.
I took this young lady from Atlanta, not from somewhere else, from Atlanta. Told her to meet me because Atlanta's so spread out and everybody stays so far from everything. It's not like the normal way of like Tallahassee. Tallahassee, y'all all live nearby each other. He can come pick you up. He can pick you up and take you
15 minutes away. Everything about 15 minutes away.
We can just reach out and touch each other. I'm borrowing some sugar from Nicole and Nick.
unless they live in Quincy.
Right.
Or Chattahoochee, then you got to ride.
Right. Chattahoochee.
But other than that, in Atlanta, everything's so spread out. So the normal dating ritual is, hey, can you meet me here?
Right.
So I asked her to meet me at Spun Divots. She said, where's that at? I said, you from Atlanta? Know what Spun Divots? She said, no, where it's at. I said, it's by the airport. I texted the address. She said, okay, I'll be there. What time? I said 8 o'clock. It was a weekday, so it wasn't as full as it be on the weekend. We got the Spun Divots. She looked at the menu. She said, oh, they have some nice stuff. Okay, cool. Order whatever you want. She ordered the steamed shrimp that comes in a big bucket. And when she got the shrimp, I ordered my food. So we say our prayers, eating the food. All of a sudden, I heard her say, these okay, but they're just crunchy. I said, crunchy. I looked up. I swear, this girl was eating the shrimp, shell and all.
Oh, Lord.
She was chewing it, shell and all. She had not been nowhere.
Oh my God, I knew you were.
If it wasn't a chain restaurant, she only been to chain restaurants, Red Lobster, Ruby Tuesdays, TGI Fridays. That's all she ever been in her life.
Wow.
How old was she, Marvin? But how old was she? Do you know?
Yes. At that time, she was 37 at that time.
Oh
wow,
my
she ain't
God.
never been nowhere. Yeah.
She had been
Bless
nowhere
her heart.
at that time. She had been
It's
nowhere.
funny. Marvin, it's funny you said it because I did a survey like a little while back. And it was I surveyed probably like women that was 25 and under. And I asked them what was their favorite restaurant. And most of them said Red Lobster, Applebee's, and like, TGI Friday, stuff like that. Now, when I did a survey and I asked women that was probably 35 and up, it wasn't Red Lobster. And they were naming restaurants that wasn't chains. You see what I'm saying? So it's funny you say that because I just wanted to prove a point. And you were right. And a lot of them that said Red Lobster never been. That was just something they heard.
Right. She told me she been to Red Lobster, TGI Friday. That's what she been to, chain restaurant.
Yeah,
For her dinner date. And she dated one guy for 9 years. So that's to tell you that's what she been into. She's from the south end, the south side, they call it southwest end or whatever, meaning the downtown area. That's what the west end. I'm sorry, that's where she was from, the hood, and that's how she grew up. She says she didn't know that. That's all. And but I was laughing, and I had to show her how to peel shrimp. So you got to peel it. She didn't know. But that's just how it is. Don't assume. And she was stunning. I mean, stunning. But she ain't been nowhere.
You never been exposed. That's it.
It's
right. Exposure is key. But and I'm sure you didn't judge her because of that. I'm sure.
No. We went out again. She knew what to do next time.
Yeah, that's right. It was a teacher moment. It was a teacher moment.
Exactly. I was gonna say that should have been one that you should have been like, I can teach her a couple things. She gonna think that I'm dead.
Hey, I told her, look here, it's gonna be a minute for you to order some lobster. It take a minute to break that lobster.
You exposed her to some things, but I think that when you're dating someone, you should date someone that can expose you to some things, and you expose them to some things as well. Right. Maybe not to that extreme, because she still should have known that about the shrimp.
She didn't know. She never had steamed shrimp in her life. Every shrimp was fried. You know how they usually be frozen shrimp, they just refry. And that's all she did. That's all she knew.
Wow.
Or shrimp cocktail that's already peeled. So she got that. She dipped it in the cocktail sauce, and I didn't realize what she's doing because I'm eating my food. And she said, it's just crunchy. I said, what the hell? Look, no, you gotta peel this.
You made a joke out of that. Okay, so do you use material from your dates in your act?
Not really.
No personal material.
Never. I use some experience or something, but I take it and exaggerate it on it. Like when I say I hate meeting a dumb chick, and I was trying to find a location one day, and I was lost, and I kept saying, I think this is the area. Then I said, okay, this is it. She said, how you know? I said, because I remember when I rode by here last week, I remember running to the same building, this business right here. And she said, oh, you had hit this bit? You ran into it? I didn't hit it. I'm like, no, I mean, and a chick texted me one time and say, what you doing tonight? I'm bored. But she spelled B-O-A-R-D. And I say, huh? I'm bored. I say, do you mean B-O-R-E-D? She say, no, bored. I said, that you use it this way. What are you talking about? What's the difference? It's a difference between a B-O-A-R-D and B-O-R-E-D, which you are. And then she didn't comprehend it. But you don't know that. Because I'd be like, hell, I guess she thought she spelled it right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm telling you, y'all don't realize dating to be hell. We men have a hard time with our women.
What?
Okay, you should have started this at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
So I think I heard you say that you men have a hard time with us women. Can you repeat? I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
It's harder for men to date than women.
Why?
We have to set everything in motion. Most women like for a man to set everything up. Meaning, where are we going? What time? Set this up. Do this. Do that. Where are we going? I've had a woman say, where are we going to eat at? Then where are we going after that? Where are we going after that? I'll be like, hell, I just figured I was going to eat and bring your ass back home. I didn't know you was going somewhere else. Now I got to prepare some more stuff. So I got to play it off. But let me hit you back. I'm going to hit you right back and let you know. Really, I got to plan some more stuff. I thought we were just going to eat.
Women like a man with a plan. They do.
There you go. But no, it got to be a longer place in itinerary.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that means that she really wants to spend time with you.
But suppose you don't like her.
Huh?
I think the first time should be simple, and the next time you can extend it more.
Well, what's wrong with saying that? There's nothing wrong with saying that to a female.
So look, I totally have to agree with Marvin, because the thing is, the man has to pretty much set up everything, like you said, Nicole, have a plan. Now, the other thing is, when is it ever the female fault if the conversation is boring? If the date is boring, it's normally the man's fault. Nobody talks about, oh man, it's the female, it's the man. he was boring. Nobody never say anything about the females because the man has to keep the conversation going. If the date is boring, it's going to be blamed on the man.
All the time.
Well, people do say it. What'd you say, Nicole?
No, I'm just this is the first time I've heard that. Marvin, you feel like that?
Yeah, women. You could tell your friend, girl, he was boring, but in actuality, he was trying to hold conversation, but you weren't really interested in him or feeling him. It's like
The woman can be boring and not have a good conversation. The woman can be boring and not have a good conversation. If the conversation is boring, if the man did not keep it going, he did not know what to say, he did not know how to entertain, he did not know how to go to a different subject. I'm telling you, he did not know how to start conversation. It's rarely blamed on a woman.
But y'all will blame it. Y'all will say, are you telling me y'all have not gotten together or just in general conversation with your boy said that she was boring? There was nothing that she could relate to that we could talk about. Have y'all ever said that?
No,
she was boring, but I'm fine. But she was fine, so I'm gonna date her again. I'm gonna call her again.
Or we'll say, I really weren't feeling it. We said we weren't feeling her like that.
That's it.
Right.
Y'all remember, like, if when it comes to sex, a man got to bring it home every time.
I sure hope they do.
Y'all be whack sometimes. Y'all be whack.
So guys, so you saying men feel like there's a certain level of responsibility as it relates to holding this conversation and with the sex.
It's been placed on it. It's already it's an unspoken thing. It's an unspoken truth.
Okay.
Ooh, don't lift my leg like that. I don't like my legs like that. Don't turn around. I don't want to do that. Like, yeah, damn. Come on, let me hurry and take you home.
Okay, look, I know we're getting close to time, but I have a question that based on what y'all just said, and it came to mind, and I hope that we can talk about it.
What's that?
Because it's sexual and it's going to take some depth. Okay, last week I was at a game night. I think I was the oldest one there. But a comment was made about when guys say that she's the best I ever had, because the example was used when the game said that Kim Kardashian was the best that he has ever had. Mm-hmm. So my question to them, and there was young guy folks, you know, guys and girls, and I wanted to hear the difference between a younger, group of people and older. And my question is, when guys say that a woman, that she's the best that he has ever had sexually, what does he mean by that?
When a man say the best he ever had?
Yeah.
That means she damn near did it all. She had him gone. She had him.
Nick wiping his forehead on that one.
She had him gone. I mean, it was so good. He thought somebody else was in the room. She put it on him. I mean, like, even when it comes to oral, she pleasing him so good, he thought somebody was pulling the sheets from under him. The best she ever had, and she's saying all the right stuff. She talking what we want to hear. She kissing him in the right spots. She talking trash to him. Whatever it is, he gone. He gone. That's why women get stalked.
That's why women what now?
That's why some of y'all get stalkers.
Well, stalkers can come from you not even having sex with somebody.
That's because he heard about it. See, sometimes you got to hold back. It's like in the drug game, when nobody get raw cocaine. Cocaine is cut up with something. You got to put some cut on that stuff. You can't just do everything the first night. You can't pull bees out your behind talking about something. Ooh, you gone now. You pull bees out the first night, and then you wondering why he just popping up to your house talking about something. Can we do what we did last night? He looking like he a 3-year-old. The hell wrong? You did everything the first night. He gone. You seen the movie? You seen the movie Harlem Nights?
Yeah.
Sunshine.
He thought Sunshine did everything. She said I was holding back. He said, Jesus Christ, you was holding back. I'm telling you, when a woman damn near do everything, see, when it come to women, y'all can hold back. When it come to men, we can't hold back. We got to put it in the first night because it's like audition night. We got everything.
You may not be coming back.
The part. We at an audition. We going at it.
We trying to get the role. Trying to get hired, huh?
We ain't never heard a woman say, girl, he went down on me the first night. We ain't never heard a woman say that. You ain't never heard a woman say, the woman be happy. Okay, let me see what he working with. That's what y'all do. When it's audition like the first time, we got to do everything. I don't give a damn. We can't hold back. I mean, that means we got to eat a nutritionist meal that day. He can't be work overtime. Everything got to work right. The moon got to be big, perfect. Everything got to work right.
Taking Flintstone vitamins, taking the Flintstone vitamins and everything.
Everything work perfect that night. Everything. He got to meditate. Everything got to work perfect. He don't want to say nothing stupid on the day because he want to get in. Because sometimes we can say something and ruin everything. We don't want none of that.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. I was thinking the same thing.
The first night for us is audition night. Y'all can hold back, but when y'all don't hold back, you cancel Christmas because he coming back. He coming back. You could tell him, look, I ain't looking for no ties right now. I'm just enjoying myself. You could tell him that. Let him see you and somebody face at the club. He'll walk right to you. Excuse me, player. I need to holler at you for a minute, please. Because you know what? You did everything that first night. You got to put some cut on it. You can't do everything. Put some cut on it. If you drink straight Hennessy that burn your chest, you got to put a little coke in it. You got to put a flash of coke. You can't drink no straight Patron. No.
Oh my God.
Ice in it or something chill.
So some cut, there'd be like some chase on it.
You didn't bump that man's chest and think he just finna walk off.
Okay. Look, now that is not the answer that I got from the young kids, but I appreciate that.
Because they're young, they don't know no better.
No. I will give them credit. They really gave a good response. You just put a different spin on it. In essence, y'all said the same thing. You just really elaborated on it and made it plain. You made it very crystal clear. Nick, I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
I can't add none of that.
Men and women dating scales just totally off. Because a man could be, let's say he come to your house the first time ever. He could pop, y'all done went out several times, but he come to your house the first time and you open the door. And he got on a trench coat and he opened up, he butt naked. You gonna slam the door? You gonna say, what the hell your clothes at? Well, you got me messed up.
Not if he Bolo from Atlanta Housewives.
And then let's switch it up now. You come to dude house with a trench coat and he open it, he come there naked. He gonna say, shit, what's up? Come on. He gonna be happy. If a guy come to your house and chill and he say, hey, where your bathroom? You say, down the hall to the left. He go in the bathroom and come out butt naked. Say, man, you got me messed up. You gonna call the coach? He tried me. Gonna walk out the bathroom naked. Let you go to dude house and come out naked. To my, how you doing? He gonna say, oh, well, what's going on? What's happening? We men are totally different, so our wavelengths are different. We happy. See, we want y'all to do everything to us. We want y'all to, but we have to do everything to y'all. The first night, we have to. Ain't no audition night. You might not get a second chance. You might not read for the part again.
You may not make the cut.
You gotta do.
Why do I feel like he telling the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Audition night. Right, listen, both of y'all mature women. Have y'all ever been on a date? Ever been on a date? And the guy say, "Can I just kiss it?"
Yes.
I rest my case. I ain't never been on a date. My first date, and the girl said, "Can I just kiss it?" I ain't never had a woman tell me that. Because men gonna say, "Go ahead and kiss it. Kiss what you want to kiss." We gonna lean back and get comfortable. Handle your business. Go ahead. I rest my case. You had a guy. Just kiss it.
Lord.
Yes, I'm banging the gavel. I rest it too. I think you have proven your case.
Case dismissed. Oh, look.
Okay, I'm done. I'm tapping out. Thank you for answering that question.
This it right here. That's it right there. That's trouble right there.
He'll tell you, I ain't even got to take off my clothes.
Hey, look, Sherry, that don't even work no more. That's them old men that be trying to say that. You be like, you don't even have no game if you still talking about, can I just put the head in?
Hey, I don't even want to. Yeah, that's old school. Put your head in. That means you got to get nude or something. New school. I ain't got to take off nothing. I just want to kiss on you. That's all I want to do. Kiss on you.
Right. That's the new school.
Just kiss on you and go home. That's it. And we go home. Because that means that's audition night. When we kissing you, we got to do everything. We got to bring it home. Boy, because she gonna be telling her friend, girl, I don't know what he had.
Now, Marvin, I don't know if you just sounded like a coach or a pastor right there. When you
like
said you got to bring it home.
You got to bring it home. I'm telling you, the God's on the truth. Number of the Lord love the truth.
Wow. Well, this has been great.
Okay, look, Nicole or Nick, I'm done. He done answered my question.
Marvin closed it out. He didn't already close it out. He didn't close it out.
Well, we have learned quite a bit tonight.
Hey, that's the fun part about this. I love doing what I'm doing and telling the truth. I'm gonna tell you what the truth.
Indeed. So we've learned that sexy does not equal fine.
No, hell no.
And sexy doesn't necessarily have a size.
Hell to the no.
Okay. And the men want September to be their month, right?
Yes. Football season.
Well, I mean, but it actually already is, because it is Take a Man Out on a Date month. So in addition to that, we go.
He said
it's a month.
It is a month. The entire month of September, we're supposed to take a man out on a date. The entire month of September.
A date. I want dates.
Oh, multiple dates. Well, you got to be worthy of a second date now. You got to be worthy of a second date.
See it. Now we got to be worthy. See what I'm saying? See me?
You got to audition. You see all that? You got to put in the work. Audition.
You definitely have to audition. I know during September, I take multiple guys out on a date. I have not met one that I want to take out on a second date.
Damn. At least you will take them out. I applaud you for that. At least you will.
Right.
Yeah.
It's up to him to get the second one.
Yeah.
That's what he got to come with it.
At least you will. I applaud you. A lot of women don't do that. I know women say they won't take a man out.
I agree. Yeah. So I appreciate you, Jaketra. I appreciate you on that.
Yeah, I do. And look, I love to treat him to ice cream.
Hey, that's good. Look at ain't nothing wrong with that. You getting treated.
Right.
That's right.
He don't even care at this point. He don't even care what you buying. You just the fact that you treat it. The fact that you treat it.
I'm a frozen yogurt man, though. I'm a frozen yogurt man.
Well, I like gelato.
I'm lactose tolerant.
Well, they gonna go home.
Or intolerant.
Huh?
And lactose tolerant or intolerant?
Both.
It don't matter. They going home. They ain't coming to my house, so they gonna go home. So what happens after the ice cream, gelato, or yogurt? That's y'all business.
Yeah, she gonna do. She gonna send us home. See that?
Yeah.
That's right.
See, we men can't say where we going now.
No.
Well, no, actually, when I went on a date, it was one guy that I treated him to ice cream, and he did say, "Did you want to do anything else?" And I enjoyed his company, and we just toured the city and did other stuff. So there are moments that can happen to where, if your conversation is tight, then yeah, it can still last.
You said toured the city, Nicole. You wasn't in Tallahassee then.
I was in Washington, D.C. Oh no, for me, that's why people are like, why you travel so much? Because you meet other people when you travel. You get exposed to stuff. You meet other people. That's what we women need to do more, is travel more and meet other people outside of Tallahassee.
And can I say something else? People 40 and up that's listening, get a damn passport, please.
Thank you.
Passport.
And use it.
Yeah, and stop going to the classic every year talking about you went somewhere. Go somewhere. You go to the classic every November. I can't wait for the classic. Hell, it's January, man. Classic in November. Go somewhere, man. Let's go to every year. That's they on their map. Boy, I can't wait for the classic.
Homecoming, and the classic.
Well, homecoming ain't going nowhere. They home. I'm talking about the Tallahassee. They go to the classic and home. Go somewhere. Travel. Get a stamp on your passport. Go somewhere. When you're over a certain age, you got to experience more stuff than just local stuff. Travel. Even go to big cities like you said, D.C. Check out New York. Some people, I didn't realize this from doing Top Flight so many years. I met a lot of people never been to Atlanta.
Wow.
Like, drive.
Yep.
You remember 4 hours? Drive.
Mm-hmm.
I met a young lady in Atlanta. Now y'all been to Atlanta many times. Mm-hmm. That is not a bad drive. That's a quick 4-hour drive. I had a girl tell me, I'm gonna come, you're gonna have to fly me. I say, man, that ticket costs $730. If you don't take these $200 I'm putting to get this rental car and drive your butt up and put gas in there and get your butt here and back, I'll see you when I come back to top flight.
Right.
Oh, you wouldn't fly me to
Yep.
Atlanta? I say, no, it's 4 hours.
Not
Just make the quick drive. Get one of your friends to come with you. You can bring your friend.
But you know what, Marvin? When you have to do that much talking to someone and convince them, that should let you know. That should, to me, is like a red flag that they've never been anywhere, and that may be an issue in the relationship. You know, because for one, you're trying to see her, and if she want to see you, she should already know how far Atlanta is.
You know what I found out though? She had never been.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's like I'm raised in Miami. Do you know how many Miami people never been to West Palm Beach?
Well, I think, you know what? I think the statistics show that most people have never, because there are places in Atlanta that I go that people that live in Atlanta or from Atlanta have never been. So I think that that's just normal for a lot of people that live in the city. They just frequent their same places.
Especially we stay where we
Say what, Nick?
Now they get comfortable, and like you said, they have their routine, they have their routes that they take, and they never really break out.
These women need a man with a plan to show them.
That's right. Well, I think that at this age for us, you got to go out and explore stuff on your own, because when you're exploring, that's when you're going to meet the men. You know, you're going to meet people, and you can't be afraid to do it. You don't have to go with a girlfriend. Go by yourself sometime.
You like my sister. My sister actually used to do that a lot. She did that a lot, and she said that's how she met her husband. My sister said, hanging by myself. I went with a room full of chicks. I was by myself. He approached me, and he came correct. They started talking on the phone, asked her out. They went out several times, started dating, and she said, next thing you know, hey, he might be the one. And they married now. It's been 7 years.
Okay.
Wow. Well, see, if I can get out of my own way, that's how I would be. I could be married if I can get out of my own way. Tell your sister she done inspired me.
Look at
Tyrese wrote a book about
it. That's right.
You admit you the problem.
Right.
I will admit that.
Get out and more.
First step to healing. First step to changing. You admit you the problem.
But my problems aren't bad problems, so I'm good.
True. You got many minor problems.
Yeah.
Well, Marvin, we definitely want to thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed you.
Enjoyed it, man.
And whenever y'all need me again, call me.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, I think we could explore some more. I think that you were a little more serious than I was anticipating. I will admit, I was looking more for more jokes, but I appreciate everything you shared because they were good takeaways.
Right, you know, sometimes it's good to joke. Sometimes it's good to be serious. Right. And I felt the question you were asking me was serious. Even though I'm gonna say I'm a jokeful way, but I am serious the way I'm answering them. So I love doing what I do. I appreciate you all considering me. I like the format y'all doing. I like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hope y'all the next Open Gale.
And Marvin, we appreciate your honesty too, because I think, like you said, we were asking some serious questions, so it calls for some honesty. So we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah,
no, I appreciate you all.
So Marvin, tell the folks, you know, what you got coming up and how they can connect with you.
Woo! You can hit me on social media. I always say Instagram more feasible now. The Real Marvin Dixon. Follow me. Instagram, The Real Marvin Dixon, which is Dixon. What I got coming up this week? I'm in Chicago, club called Riddles. I'm there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Next week, I'll be in Miami doing an event. It's called the Glass House, a little comedy spot that they do over town. Then the following week, I'll be doing you got it, IG, The Real Marvin Dixon. Then the next one, I'll be doing my casino at Dania Beach, which would be the weekend of the 27th.
Okay.
Then,
man, that's the weekend I'm gonna be in Atlanta, so you're not gonna be there.
Yeah, I'll be down in South Florida. Then the weekend after that, I will be doing Orlando, April Fools. Then the week after that, where I'm at on the 9th, I'm doing an event for the women logistics. all female that are truck drivers, dispatchers, and all that. It's called
Wow.
doing their convention.
Nice.
I'm blessed. And then
You might look, Marvin, you might get raped that weekend, so be ready. Take them thongs.
Oh, Lord.
and then I'm in Detroit. I go to Detroit and
Hey, Marvin,
yes.
Marvin, do you know if my man Chicken George gonna be there? Because isn't he driving trucks now? Like that convention that you're doing?
It's all women. It's the
It's all
women.
women.
Oh,
Didn't you
my
hear
bad.
me tell him to take the thong?
I missed it.
Take a red one. Take a red one, Marvin. The red
It's the
thong.
women logistics. You know what? I can say I've been blessed to do a lot of conventions and stuff. I did the American Auto Workers convention in Detroit. And
Oh wow. The women love you, Marvin. They love you.
Hey,
This gonna be look, Marvin, are you planning to get married? Because this might be your year to get to meet that woman.
First, I gotta meet them. First, you gotta meet them first.
You might when you go to the truckers show, you gonna meet her. I'm gonna claim it.
Yeah, okay. Claim
it. He don't look like he convinced. He like, yeah, okay.
I done heard that so much. I did. Right. Have you heard of Jack and Jill Foundation?
Yeah.
Of course.
I did their national convention in Philadelphia a few years ago. Somebody said that you're gonna meet your wife there. Man, it was 7,000 women in that place. No, you ain't.
Yeah, that might be a little different.
You're gonna do that show and go home. Usually, like now, I do my stuff and then I leave. And especially now because of COVID, I do it and I go.
But the truckers is different. See, they've been on the road, they've been working, so they're gonna need some relief. You might not can escape. The doors might be locked.
Well, kill me then. I am a Scorpio. Kill me.
Oh Lord. Look, I'm a Scorpio, so I know what that means. Somebody in trouble that night.
Kill me. But I'm blessed to be able to do it, man. And I can't say, even though last year was kind of rough year, things starting to open back up for us in the field of entertainment. I'm just glad I was blessed that I was still able to pay bills and stuff during that year, because we was a year without working.
Hallelujah. Yeah, this March officially makes a year this month.
A lot of people don't realize that. And it was rough, man. That's when I was asking for my 40 acres and a mule.
Okay. Well, we still gonna pray on our reparations. We still praying on that one.
Yeah, I got this.
But I'm happy that you've been blessed throughout. And I really do think that all of us have to be continuously blessed.
Hey, and once again, man, thank y'all. Y'all were the great hosts. I had fun. Whenever y'all want to do this again, let me know. I'm with it.
Okay.
All right. Y'all heard it from Marvin.
Yeah. Definitely have you back.
Absolutely. So we on the weeknight, so we on conflict with your weekend schedule.
That's cool with me. I work on weekdays too.
Okay.
This was work tonight. This was work.
Well, hopefully we didn't work you too hard.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Marvin. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you all for commenting, and be sure to subscribe to our Single in the City YouTube channel. This episode will be on there as well, so you can check out all of our live broadcasts on our YouTube channel. All right, we'll see y'all next time on Single in the City, where kings meet queens.
Peace.
Yeah.